Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now!
Hey wife,
Yes, husband?
did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
Just our podcast?
any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Husband,
Wife.
did you know this Sunday is Easter?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, this comes out on Easter, so...
So it is Easter.
It's Easter. Happy Easter!
Happy Easter.
Let's talk about Easter.
I mean, this is a religious blog.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, podcast. God, I can't get that word blog out of my mind.
It's almost like you did a blog or something.
Actually, I did start one.
Well,
It's
you
at
did.
sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. It's also a shop where you can buy stuff to help support us, so... Just getting that plug in there,
You are just shameless.
I am absolutely shameless.
Okay, well, let me tell you what Easter is. Just a brief sentence.
A brief synopsis?
A brief synopsis.
Okay.
Easter is a Christian festival and holiday commemorating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, described in the New Testament as having occurred on the third day after his burial, following his crucifixion by the Romans at Calvary circa 30 A.D. Plain as mud.
I mean, we're in the Bible, so we're kind of... This is like skipping ahead.
It is.
Because we're like in the Old Testament, and this is New Testament shit.
Right, but I'm going to tie it in.
Are you?
I am. I'm going to tie it together for you.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Right?
I'm looking forward to that.
I know.
All right, well, let's see where this goes, okay?
Okay. Husband.
You already did that.
Oh, yeah.
That was in the intro. You lost your place. This is a bonus episode, and you're already fucking it up.
Wow. Okay.
Happy fucking Easter.
Jesus. Okay.
All right, tell us about this shit.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the date, because, it is a very wonky holiday that is never
Yeah, it's never on the... I mean, it can be like a month apart.
Yeah, sometimes it can be 2 months apart.
Holy shit.
It has come as early as late March. No, like early March and early May.
So we're celebrating the anniversary of an event, but it's not actually tied to a date. It's tied to a what?
Well, it's the commemoration of an event that we don't really specifically have a date for. So
they don't know when Jesus died?
Not like roundabout, no. They really don't.
I mean, they wrote a lot about it. You'd think they know when that fucking happened.
Okay, but that happened before the modern day calendar was done, and so they didn't have a date for it.
They're like, happened about this time. It was
yeah.
It was pretty warm out, maybe a little bit warm. I don't know.
Well, they were basically like, I think it was spring, or anyway, that seems like a good time to, talk about rebirth.
But you know what? Dude comes back to life.
I'm writing that shit down. Right?
Like, note that down, guys. Like, make a serious. I mean, this isn't like
at least his birth. They're like, okay, these were the stars in the sky. Like, they have a pretty good idea when Christ was born.
Well, yeah, we celebrate his birth on December 25th every fucking year.
Right, even though his birth probably happened in spring. Right. Actually.
But still, like, we tie that one to a date. And to me, Jesus being born is less momentous than the fact that he came back to life.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a big deal. I don't know.
So whatever.
But maybe back then they were like, another cool miracle. Whatevs.
Another cool miracle? Yeah.
I mean, shit was always happening that was crazy magic.
I guess.
The seas had already motherfucking parted.
Right.
This was nothing.
I suppose.
Okay.
All right, well, tell us about these dates.
Okay, so Easter and the holidays that are related to it, such as like, what is that, like Monday or something? And
Monday.
Fat Wednesday.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Holy Friday. Okay, so there's all these
like Palm Sunday?
Yeah, there's one of those too.
Yeah.
Like there's all these holidays around Easter. I didn't bother remembering what those are called.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
You did all this research and you didn't look those up?
I don't care about them. Do you?
Oh, I mean, not really.
I mean, it's
but
not.
There's Palm Sunday.
Right, but these are not pertinent to what I am discussing here.
Okay.
Other than that, so there's Easter and then all of the holidays around Easter that are Easter-y.
Got it. Maybe we'll cover Palm Sunday next year.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea because I probably should have looked that up, but but I don't care.
Okay.
So there's all these Easter-y holidays, and ones like Easter, they are called movable feasts because they do not fall on a fixed date and they do not follow only the cycle of the sun. Meaning, like all the other ones that you already said, they have a specific date. Those are based on the cycle of the sun, which is, once a year.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So we call those solar holidays.
Okay.
Because whatever. Okay. Rather, its date is calculated based on a lunisolar
basically
calendar.
Moon and sun combined?
No.
Just moon.
The cycles of the moon.
Cycles of the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds very pagan.
It is. It's totally pagan.
Okay.
So, the First Council of Nicaea, which that's a early church churchopotamus kind of thing, and maybe we'll get into that in a future episode. But
that's going to be like past the Bible, because are they even in the Bible?
They're not in the Bible.
So yeah, that would be like a bonus, or like once we get done with the Bible and start talking about other crap.
Yeah, they were guys that were like, dudes, we are gonna all do Christy Bible-y stuff across the world. We need to come up with some rules,
right,
as to how we're gonna do this to make it more legit.
Gotcha.
So in the year 325, the First Council of Nicaea established 2 rules. 1, independence of the Jewish calendar, and 2, worldwide uniformity.
Independence of the Jewish calendar and worldwide uniformity.
Those were the only rules for Easter explicitly laid down by the council.
Okay.
No details for the computation were specified. Those were worked out in practice, a process that took centuries and generated a number of controversies. So they laid down these rules, but then they were like, and we'll hammer out the details over the next 1,000 years or whatever.
That sounds like fun.
Right?
Yeah.
It sounds like Republicans and Democrats trying to come to an agreement on something, and they're like, here is an idea, and now we'll take the next 500 years to come to how we're going to put this together. Like, basically worthless.
Right.
Right. Here's where it comes now. It is the first Sunday after the full moon that occurs on or soonest after the spring equinox.
So that's clear as mud.
Right. So we get the spring equinox, and then a full moon, and then the first Sunday after that.
Got it.
Okay? That's Easter.
Okay.
So it's based on...
So like a lunar cycle is about a month, right? Mm-hmm. So like spring could come, which is March 21st, and it could be almost a month later before you even see that.
It's not 100% March 21st. It's most often on March 21st, so that's what we call it. But it could also be March 20th, March 22nd.
Oh, okay. So we're not going with the quote-unquote first day of spring, the actual spring equinox.
Right.
So,
and then, the first day of spring is on the equinox. The equinox most often happens on the 21st. So that's what we have in our minds.
Okay.
But it's not 100% that.
Got it.
It's been, actually, I think it's even been as early, like there's a 3 or 4 day process that, or not process, but 3 or 4 day spread that the equinox falls under.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. Actually, all of the equinoxes, like all the season changes, they're not specific dates.
Gotcha.
They all fall within this 3 or 4 day spread.
Okay. All right.
But we have the date because it's easier to just remember the March 21st rather than around the 21st, maybe the 20th, whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah. So first we get the equinox, generally March 21st. Then we get a full moon after that. And then the first Sunday.
And then the first Sunday after the full moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very lunar.
Got it.
Which is very loony.
Which we just had a full moon, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about tying that together, but we just had a full moon. So.
Yep. So, yeah, that's why it's this Sunday. Or
interesting.
By the time they're hearing it, today.
Right.
So, do you want to get into entomology or do you want to take a break? I said entomology, but I meant to say etymology.
Let's go ahead and get into the etymology.
Do you know what etymology means?
Not a clue.
It's the history of words.
Well, that would be appealing to you. You love words.
I love words. But
sometimes you can't say the words.
I know, it's true. And a lot of times I can't even think of the words. But I love them nonetheless. So, I mean, you might be thinking, who the fuck cares where the word came from? But where the word came from also helps us know where the holidays originated and where they spread from. If you can follow, well, like these people said this, and then over time we noticed that a similar word appeared over here, and they celebrated similar, we can kind of assume that the tradition spread from one area to another based on word history and similar practices.
That makes sense.
So that's why etymology is interesting, but it's particularly interesting in this case because, we know that Easter is based on Wiccan and pagan and old-timey pre-Christian traditions.
Right.
So it's very prominent, or not prominent. That's not the word I'm trying to say. See,
you can't find the words.
I can't.
Words are
I'm wordless. They are. Okay, so historical linguists have traced the name of Easter to a Proto-Indo-European goddess of the dawn, and this name is whack. Okay. I'm gonna try to say it Husos, but here's how it's spelled. Look, I'm just gonna show you. It's asterisk capital H sub 2 EWS, a really strange OS.
What the hell is that?
Exactly. Isn't that just awesome though?
That doesn't even make any sense.
I know. It's old Germanic or something. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
English is a Germanic language.
Right.
Because they came from common roots.
Yeah.
So, Proto-Indo-European is like even pre that.
Got it.
Okay, so, and they abbreviate it PIE, which I just find hilarious because who doesn't love pie?
Right.
So.
Another reason to celebrate on Pi Day.
Right, exactly. But that was already
that
before.
already passed, yeah. I know.
Okay, so they traced the name back to a goddess of the dawn from way back called something like Husos. I know I murdered that.
Right.
From which descends the common Germanic divinity as the origin of Eostra and Ostara. And those are where we get the name Easter from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Eostra is capital EOSTRE, and there's some fancy flair clicker doodles above some of the letters.
Sure.
And it changes depending on where you look it up. So I'm not going to, sometimes it ends with an A instead of an E. Sometimes there's that combined AE letter that I'm not sure what that's called.
Ancient human history. And they spelled it differently sometimes.
It's not that they spelled it differently. It's that they had an entirely different lettering system.
Right. And so it doesn't translate well to English.
Exactly. And Ostara is OSTARA. And there's again, clicky doodles and weird symbols and stuff.
Right.
So that is where we find Goddess of the Dawn. So Eostra was a Germanic spring goddess in whose honor feasts were celebrated, usually around the month of April.
Huh.
Which makes sense.
Probably tied into the same way that they judge the Easter religions.
Exactly. Well, Christ is the rebirth. He has arisen, come back to life, much like that's what spring is. And then they already had these two goddesses lying around that were rebirth, spring, dawn. All of these things go together. And so it just made sense that they would all get tied in.
And I'm guessing this is some sort of a compromise with non-Christians to try to tie them in to bring them into the fold for Christianity.
Right.
And say, hey, we're still going to celebrate these things. And spring equinox. It's just going to call it something different.
Right.
And kind of wean them into the Christian religion.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
In Latin and Greek, the Christian celebration was and is. This is where we tie it in to Old Testament and New Testament. This blew my mind.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember at the time that we were talking about Passover.
Yeah.
And how that is an Easter celebration, but Passover, remember, was when Moses was in.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, wait, but that's New Testament and this is Old Testament, and I couldn't figure out what am I talking about.
That was when they were leaving Egypt, is that right? Or what was it?
Was before they left Egypt, and God was like, mark a sign above the door of everybody with a firstborn son or something like that.
Okay.
And I will pass over those with a mark.
That's right.
And I was like, that's where the tradition of Passover. But then I was confused because I was like, that doesn't make sense though, because Passover is associated with Easter, which is Christ, which is New Testament.
Right.
So here we go.
Okay.
This blew my mind.
All right.
This is so cool.
I'm interested.
In Latin and Greek, the Christian celebration was and still is called Pascha or Pascha or I don't know, pasta? Okay. I don't know. A word derived from Aramaic. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
The word originally denoted the Jewish festival known in English as Passover, commemorating the Jewish exodus from slavery in Egypt.
Got it.
So they tied Passover and Easter together. They tied the Old Testament and the New Testament together.
So wait, this sounds a little bit like they needed a reason to bring in the Germanic tribes and the pagans and stuff like that. And so they took a religious holiday that they celebrated that was very pagan and based on lunar cycles and mixed it with a Bible and
newer,
a Christian holiday or Jewish holiday that was Passover.
Yeah.
And decided, okay, we're trying to bring these guys together, and so let's have this thing called Christianity that goes 1, 2, 3, go. We got Germanic and pagan holiday here, and we're going to take Passover here. And we're going to kind of squash it all together.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did.
That's crazy,
right? I told you I was going to tie it up, though.
That's
how
really
cool is that? Yeah,
that's really cool.
I was excited.
I'm sure there's way more to it than that.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
We're not like scholars, so don't take our word. We're just kind of like, this is like tip of the iceberg research that we did.
Okay, I'll be totally honest. I got all this off various pages of Wikipedia because I don't care enough about this stuff on a personal level to do deep research and read texts and all that. I mean...
Well, we start from the premise of knowing that it's all bullshit.
Right, exactly.
So, from there, it's just interesting to find out how we got this bullshit.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that's essentially what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So, that was really cool. I like that.
Yeah, that was neat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a break and come back and talk about symbols of Easter.
Sounds great. All right, we'll see you guys in a second.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think of when you think of Easter?
I mean, the Easter bunny, Easter eggs, candy.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, coloring the Easter eggs, that's always a ritual that we do.
Yeah, that's fun.
I mean, that's still Easter eggs, but it's,
hiding the Easter eggs.
Yeah, you gotta hide them, and then you gotta find them, and,
and then you gotta eat
all
them.
that crap,
yeah.
and then you gotta eat
Easter
them.
baskets.
You have to eat them, though, by rolling them in salt.
Or making tuna salad out of them.
That's only something I've done since I've been with you.
Whatever.
But salt and eggs. There's nothing better on Easter than salt and hard-boiled eggs.
No, I agree. But then, you eat a few and then you're like, I can't eat this whole 5 dozen eggs. Oh, God, no. That's why you make tuna salad with the rest.
Well, yeah. No, that's a great tip for everybody there.
Yeah.
Maybe no. I mean, it's nothing we did when I was growing up, so I didn't know that.
What did your mom do with the excess eggs? Or did you only color
I think we
each?
ate them over a couple of days and then
my God.
And then...
your poop must have stank.
I mean...
Ugh. I can't even imagine eating that many eggs.
I don't know. It was good stuff.
That's gross. I love boiled eggs. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about symbols.
Okay.
The first of which on my list is eggs.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. In pre-Christian history, eggs were associated with death and rebirth. So they had things
Why
like...
death?
I don't know, maybe like unfertilized eggs, or maybe like everything that comes with birth is death. You know what I mean? Like as yin and yang kind of opposites.
Sure.
But also like something that they did was think of the phoenix egg, like the phoenix itself burns up and comes back to life.
Right.
So eggs were just like death and rebirth symbol.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eggs now in general are a traditional symbol of fertility and rebirth, which if you think about it makes sense because we don't really we do not like death in this. In American culture, we don't even take good care of our elderly.
Well, that's why everybody, flocks to religion. They want to live eternally.
Yeah, yeah. So we don't talk about death. Yeah. Death is not a thing that we like. It's not a thing that we recognize. The only thing that death is good for is corporate America business.
Wait, why is it good for corporate America business?
Because corporate America...
you're talking about healthcare and
no, not just that. I'm talking about the funeral business.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. They make so much money off it. It's terrible how much they...
Think of all the medical supplies they sell to seniors to keep living.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
There's that too.
So I found it interesting that it used to be death and rebirth, and now it's fertility and rebirth. Like that the egg itself has
evolved
in the symbology. Yeah, that's just very cool to me.
Yeah.
So decorated Easter eggs are symbols of the empty tomb of Jesus from which Jesus is resurrected. I looked as much as I could, but why though?
Right.
And I couldn't find anything that satisfied that question.
I mean, maybe they decorate. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that because he was a prophet of the Lord, maybe they decorated his tomb very.
And that is why we decorate our eggs. But why is the egg itself?
Well, and again, I'm just kind of hypothesizing here, but maybe the feeling is that if you put that much love and care into decorating the entombment of your prophet or your God, that maybe that is what helped cause the rebirth. Maybe
I don't think so. Like, I don't get that feeling. Like, I can understand why the egg would represent his rebirth. That makes sense because eggs are about fertility and rebirth, sure. Right? But I don't get why specifically the empty tomb. Why is an egg an empty tomb? Like, that sounds like the beginning of a riddle, you know? What do a writing desk and a raven have in common?
The other way you could look at it is that the egg, as we do it on Easter, is a dead egg, right? So it is an empty shell of what was once a living thing.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that.
Right?
It seems like you're trying, but...
Oh, I'm trying real hard here.
Yeah,
so.
But nobody specified that I could find. No, granted, I didn't do hours of research here.
Like I said, I'm just throwing out hypothesis here. Yeah. So it's completely in my brain, and that's it.
Maybe we'll find out something by next year, and...
Yeah. My brain could be complete shit on this, so, you know.
My brain is complete shit on this. So one ancient tradition was the staining of Easter eggs with the color red in memory of the blood of Christ shed as at that time of his crucifixion. Huh. So they found that if you put different dried flowers in water and you put the egg in the water, it would change, dye. It was early dyes. Right. So they would use red flowers to dye the egg red, and that was supposed to represent Christ's blood.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, the use of eggs this is really cool too. This is so cool. The use of eggs as favors or treats at Easter originated when they were prohibited during Lent. Are you familiar with Lent?
Like, yeah, that's where you give up something.
You give up something for Lent.
Right.
And it's supposed to be the 40 days leading up to Easter.
I believe that's mostly a Catholic thing at this point.
No.
Oh, is that everybody?
It's Christians, I think, and Jews, if I'm not mistaken. I could be speaking out of my ass, but Christians very much do Lent.
Sure. Okay.
So, anyway, so they were prohibited, during Lent. You couldn't eat eggs.
Right.
So, a common practice in England in the medieval period was for children to go door to door begging for eggs on the Saturday before Lent began, and people handed out eggs as special treats for children prior to the fast.
Huh.
Because they would fast through Lent.
Gotcha.
So
here's another one where they tied in a couple of, it kind of became a tradition before it was a tradition.
Exactly. So then they would eat them before, I'm about to have to starve to fucking death, so I'm going to pile up on anybody got some eggs, please God. Right. And then also after the 40 days of Lent on the day of Easter, they would present them as part of the meal. And,
after it ended.
Yeah, and it would be this beautiful layout including eggs.
Got it.
So I thought that was very cool.
Yeah. So
that's all I had on eggs in general. Next symbol, obviously, we talked about the Easter bunny.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've always wondered, why?
Right?
What
the fuck is the Easter bunny?
Well, what is a phrase that you know about bunnies in general? A
phrase that I know about bunnies.
They fuck like bunnies, or they're as prolific as bunnies. Sure. Right? Yeah. That's going to tie into what I'm about to say.
Fucking like bunnies ties into Easter.
It does. It does.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
In ancient times, and they discussed hares, which, are similar to rabbits, but not. Okay. Right. In ancient times, it was widely believed that the hare was a hermaphrodite. The idea that a hare could reproduce without loss of virginity led to an association with the Virgin Mary.
Okay.
And also because they fuck like bunnies and make 100 babies is fertility.
Got it. So they were associated with fertility and
virginity. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right? Who'd have thought? And that's where the Easter bunny got tied in or in other countries they refer to it as the Easter hare instead of the Easter bunny or the Easter rabbit. It's the Easter hare in other countries.
And there must have just been a lot of people sitting around a desk sometime in the early whatevers, after Christ died or whatever, going, how are we going to tie all these things in and make all these things work?
I don't think it was that on purpose. Like,
okay. It's just a bunch of things that kind of came together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how symbols work.
Right.
You know, nobody sat around and thought up, this is going to be a sign of XYZ. People just start doing it. It's kind of like a weird meme. It's memes before memes. Like, how many times does our daughter show us something that's a meme and we're like, what even does that mean? And then we start seeing it everywhere and we're like, okay, I guess that went viral. Well, that's what these symbols were. They were things that went viral and they had deep meaning, and that's what a symbol does. It gives meaning and then it becomes personal.
Got it.
So I don't think it was on purpose. It was just shit happened.
Sure. Yeah.
So I have one more symbol which I was not familiar with. The Easter lily. Are you familiar with?
I have heard that before. Yes, it's nothing that we ever took part in, but I knew that lilies were associated with Easter time and Easter traditions and stuff.
I don't know.
Not ours, but
right.
They were out there.
I think I knew that they were like associated with funerals. Like, aren't you supposed to?
I didn't. That I don't know anything about.
But I never went to any funerals as a kid, so I don't know why I would know that.
Right.
And we never did lilies. We never went to church as a kid, and we never did lilies at Easter time. So I don't know. This one was just kind of, well, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Easter lily is a symbol of the resurrection. It has always been highly regarded in the church, as Jesus himself referenced the flower, saying in Luke chapter 12, verse 27, "Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." Moreover, according to pious legend, after Jesus' death and resurrection, some of these beautiful flowers were found growing in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Yeah, pronunciation.
Gethsemane. No, I've heard this one before, and I think it's beautiful the way like the letters twist around.
It's just hard to say.
It's hard to see it and say it.
Right, I gotcha.
So anyway, flowers were found growing in the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus went to pray the night before his crucifixion.
Okay.
Legend has it that these flowers sprung up where drops of Jesus' sweat fell as he prayed.
Oh, I see.
So that's where the Easter lily comes from.
Where the lily comes
and then
from.
I also saw some pictures of white lilies with red like inside the middle of them, and of course that would totally go along with white is
blood and
Jesus'
blah,
blood
blah,
on
blah,
white
blah.
innocence, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's my Easter notes for you today.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and happy Easter in whatever way you are celebrating it today.
If you are. Eat some eggs.
You know what? I'll share this. We do kind of celebrate Easter, but
not in a religious
way. It's just a tradition where we get things for our daughter, and
we're excited about spring.
So we're buying our daughter some pins for Easter, and
not. Just so you know, he's
like lapel pins.
Yeah, like pins that you might put on your hat, not like
she likes
writing
to collect
instruments.
them, and most of them are very liberalish and
political statements.
Political statements, and not anywhere related to Easter in any way whatsoever. If anything, they're anti-Easter.
I mean, one is about being pro-vaccination, and another one is about Black Lives Matter. And another one is, I can't
we looked
remember.
at one that said, that was like the letter F on a bomb, so for F-bomb, because she's, whatever.
So
she's into cussing without cussing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but, I
I think we're also going to get her...
We just have fun with it, you know?
We're going to get her a shirt that is from one of her favorite shows is Lucifer. So that's actually
that's right.
That's quite anti-Easter.
We might even celebrate by watching some Lucifer that day. So, you know.
I mean, it's not like we were like, let's do anti-Easter stuff and then being like,
no.
It's just...
You know what? Here's what it is. We're not religious. We don't really celebrate religion. We have been to church at a place that we, you know, like there was a church that we went to that was very liberal, and that we straight up told our pastor that we were not religious and that we were not
Christians.
We were not
specifically.
Christians. We were more there to, you know, hear the story a little bit and find out, you know, pick his brain, just to, you know, ask questions and things.
Tell us what's the big deal.
But I think the reason that we celebrate in general is because of the area that we are in, more often than not, and the culture that we grew up in. The area that we're in, our daughter sees everybody else celebrating around her, so it's easier to just find our own way to celebrate, and that's what we've chosen to do. It's definitely not a religious holiday for us.
But it's not an anti-religious one either. We just enjoy the day, we enjoy each other's company, we enjoy having fun together.
Yeah.
And eating eggs.
So, happy day, happy Easter, happy whatever you want to call it today.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys, you know, this was a bonus episode, so we'll see you guys in less than a week.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a great Easter.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Can I say the things now?
Yes.
Okay, so you had a list of items that you wanted people to check out?
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you check us out on Twitter. We are there under the handle sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'd have gone with that.
Yep.
We also would love to get emails from you because we love hate mail, fan mail, the whole 9 yards there. That email address is sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. And we are now on YouTube. And if you are listening to us on YouTube, you're going to be running a little bit behind what our schedule is for our podcast, because you're going to be hearing stuff from 2 months before if you are caught up.
You're in the past.
You're in the past. So you should join us on our podcasting apps that are available. So like you can catch us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify.
I'm on Castbox.
Yeah, my wife's special. She's on Castbox.
I like Castbox.
And then on any of the things that you're on, we always would love it if you would like and subscribe. That helps us out so much. So
yeah, do those things.
Do those things, and we will see you guys next week.
Sure we will. It's on Thursdays.
Yeah, that.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.